Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this is a new palette from Terra Moons, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, get into the packaging. Sorry for the glare from the lights, but it is so beautiful. I wanted to make a quick video just showing you guys this. This is releasing, what's today's date? This palette is launching May 23rd, which is tomorrow. It'll probably be at 7 p.m. Eastern because that's usually when they launch. As you can see, it's very well loved. I've known about this palette since last year. Fun fact, Ophiuchus, the single shade, I think came out in the 2022 or 2023 fall collection from Terra Moons, and that collection is still is my top 3 favorite collections. And that shade in particular was one of my favorites, and I had brought it up to Laura, the owner from Terra Moons, and she let me in on a little secret about that this was in the works, so I was really excited. So I finally got my hands on it not last month. Yeah, beginning of last month, like beginning of April. So I've had time to play with it. So I got a lot of thoughts about it, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to put swatches up on the screen. I'm going to change my battery because that's why I'm looking at this. It's low. So I'm going to change the battery and then swatches, and we'll do a look and all that. I look like shit. I'm so sorry. I've been feeling very poopy like the last week. I know every time I come on here I feel like I'm like, I don't feel good. I don't know, but anyway, so here's the palette. Sorry I did the nail tap. Y'all don't like that. I know a lot of y'all don't like it. It irritates me too, but okay. So we're gonna get this palette is magnetic. I've seen so many people ask questions if the palette is magnetic. It is magnetic. The labels, there is no labels on the shades though. Okay, I'm just quickly cutting my brows, but so far, if you look on my Instagram, I've done like 3 looks with this palette already, but again, I've been using it for like 2 months now. Almost 2 months. I have always used the orange, like rusty shade in every look, so today I just want to focus on the greens and like really use that pastel green to like make the teal shade like pop. Okay, so the 2 shades I'm going to go in with are these 2 shades. I'm going to create a blend along the top, and I figured we could just like chit chat and catch up. I hope you're all doing well, and I've just been kind of meh, you know. I just, for some reason, like lately I just haven't had the motivation to do much. And I think it's, I'm on a medication and I've been trying to get off of it, and I've been lowering my dose, and it's kind of just like taken my motivation. So I think that that's what it is. I don't know. But like, I just don't have motivation to do much. And doing a YouTube video it's a lot of friggin' work. Like, I thought it would be easy, but it is not easy. I think it's the editing part for me that it just takes so long. And like while I'm editing it, I'd be falling asleep and shit. So it's been a struggle. But back to the shadows, you can see that like it just very pigmented. The mattes perform really, really well. I haven't had any issues with the mattes. I will say my only complaint about the color story was they're all pretty much darker shades. And now, for me personally, I could make it work. It might be something nitpicky for other people. But I do know people with deeper skin tones appreciate that. But like, I feel like they're pretty much mostly dark to mid-tones. The orange you would think wouldn't work in there, but it does. It just, I don't know, I've been able to make it work, and I've seen other creators who have the palette make it work. And I mean, you do have that green shade, the pastel green, which I'm going to use after I blend this out. I feel like one of these green shades could have been something else, you know? Like maybe like a pastel orange, like that would have been dope. But overall, I think the color story is really cool. Okay, now I'm going to add in the Serpent Bearer, which is that pastel green shade, and I'm going to tap it. Just tap it on there and build it up. So pretty. I knew these two shades would look so nice together. I'm going to blend the dark shade up into the lighter green. Okay, I'm going to go back in with the darker shade and I'm going to blend it a little bit more. Just a little bit. Yeah, the mattes are really, really nice. I'm sure you guys have all heard by now, if you were interested in this palette and you love Terra Moons or whatever, this is their first manufactured palette for the brand. Any palettes that they've done before that have been handmade outside of the packaging, obviously. And they're really excited. I'm excited about this too because we'll be able to see more like curated color stories from the brand, because like the brand this year especially has been doing like very curated color stories with their singles, and people are like, you should have made this into a palette, you should have made this into a palette. But like, if you really think about it, on the level of Terra Moons and how many shadows that they sell, think about every single shade in this palette being hand pressed 500 to 1,000 times each shade. Each shade. That's a lot of pans to press. Like a lot. So like, I get it. So I think this is like a great way for them to like expand their store and, you know, create more things that people be interested in, because there are a lot of people that don't really care for single eyeshadows and they want to, excuse me, they want to like see more curated color stories and palettes and stuff, and as a handmade indie that could be really difficult and time consuming. So I'm really excited to see what they do next with palettes, you know, and what they might do. Just cutting my crease. I've been so good about like not buying new makeup, and I went ahead and picked up another Drama palette and one of the new Narimis. Actually, no, it's not one of the new ones. I didn't get one of the new ones. I'll show you in a second, because looking at them, they kind of look alike, and I probably didn't need both, but I don't know what's wrong with me. I get like depressed and then I buy makeup. I also picked up the Singe palette. I've never tried Singe's eyeshadows. I have one blush from the brand. The brushes don't look like my type of brushes. The face brushes look really nice, but Morphe just sent me, I feel so blessed, they just sent me their whole roll of eyeshadow brushes. Not eyeshadow, all brushes. The eye and face brushes, and I'm thrilled because they're fucking amazing. They're amazing. I already had so many of them in my cart at Ulta. My god, I can't talk. And I was really, really excited when they restocked them and sent them out to people that didn't get them before. Because I'm like, yo, I get every freaking Morphe launch, like as far as PR goes this year. I've gotten every launch, but the brushes were the one thing I wanted the most, and they didn't send them, and I was so sad. And I am not one of those creators that is entitled to PR. If a brand decides not to send to me, I'm not going to cry about it and kick my feet and have a temper tantrum. Like, some people are just so entitled. I'm not like that. If I want something, I will go out and buy it myself. I have no problem doing that. There's been many things that Terra Moons didn't send to me, and I went out and I spent my own coin because I love the brand and I believe in them. So, with that being said, I'm going to take a fluffier brush. This is actually one of the new Morphe brushes. Like, look how nice they are. They're just so soft. This one actually stinks. So Polite Society sent me like a TikTok sample of the bronzer, and it stinks. Everyone says that's how it smells, but like, it stinks, like rancid stinks, and I'm kind of like nervous. But I'm just gonna round this edge out and just tap this on, and I'm kind of just gonna drag it. I'm just gonna do a little messy blowout blend. I'm gonna build this up. But yeah, it smells rancid, so that brush needs to be washed. And what sucks about it is like the formula is so good. Like it's a really, really good bronzer. So like I messaged Polite Society to see, but I didn't get a response. I'm kind of sad about it. I might email them because I don't know. I don't want to be putting rancid shit on my face, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just kind of tapping and pulling. And then I'm going to blend back and forth. So pretty. I might take Dark Horse Nebula and kind of deepen this part right here. Yeah, let's do that. That's like the deepest shade in here. It's like a grungier gray green. Yeah, perfect. You know what? I think I'm going to put that all over my lid actually. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm going to put Little Ghost Nebula on top, actually. I think I'm going to do that. Do a nice little dark moment. Anyway, so yeah, I have these new makeup items coming. I also made a BlendBunny Cosmetics order. I don't know, I've been on a roll. I probably shouldn't be, but I did. I've got some shadows and mattes from BlendBunny that I've been wanting. I haven't made a BlendBunny order in so freaking long. I'm gonna go in with Barnard 68. I'm gonna put that here. It's like that other green, camo, army green. Yeah, I'm digging this. I'm gonna fix this up here a little bit. You guys hear the rain puttering? It's like pouring today. I'm gonna take that, sorry, I'm out of frame. I'm gonna take Dark Horse Nebula again. I'm gonna drag this down here. I'm gonna bring this all the way over. Kind of just smoke out the bottom. Take the pastel green shade Serpent Bearer, and I'm just going to tap it on here and blend it into there. So I think I mainly just want to use Little Ghost Nebula because I feel like it would look sick over this dark part. Let's see. Do you guys see that? It's so freaking pretty. But I need a brush because my nails are too long. Okay, I'm using a brush. I'm not using any base, by the way. This is just going on dry. I don't want to make this look too complicated. Just want it to be one shade. So pretty. I'm also going to add it here for a brow bone highlight. And then I think I'm going to put it down here. So as you can see, I ended up doing another look on this eye really quickly. I wanted to show you guys more of the palette, like using the orange color. So I'm just finishing up the rest of my face and I will be back. I just want to show you guys what the eye looks look like. This is with my phone flash, so you guys can see. And let me do this side. I did get a little mascara on my lid, so don't mind that. I'm waiting for it to dry so I could scrape it off, but really pretty. I didn't want to put lashes on. I just wanted to like show it just like this. So yeah. Okay, that's that. Here's the two looks. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope I was able to show you different ranges of how you could use the shadows. The palette art is beautiful. I think it's really nice. The lettering and how the colors change is really nice. It's eye-catching. As far as the formulas go, they're good formulas. If you collect a lot of indie brands, I would say they're in line with the quality of other indie brands that get palettes manufactured. It's a formula that we all know, love, and are familiar with. So this is the best way I could describe it. Obviously the matte formulas and the shimmer formulas are very different from Terra Moon's handmade stuff. I happen to be a huge fan of Terra Moon's matte formulas, and I probably own almost all of them. It's not that I would prefer their handmade formula. To me, it's just special. But this is also really good. The same thing with the shimmers. I would prefer Terra Moon's shimmers, but these are also fantastic. I would say the only shade that I have in my collection now in other palettes would be this one. That's it. The rest of them are pretty unique to my collection. I've never seen these shades before. Maybe this one, but they're beautiful. Very dimensional, very shifty, sparkly. Everything that we look for from indie brands. So yeah, I am very excited. I hope to see more palettes soon from the brand, and I'm excited to see their store expand more. I know that hand making palettes is really a lot of work for a handmade indie brand, so to be able to do this and have handmade formulas still is exciting, and I'm really excited to see what they do next. This is just, it's beautiful. So if you want to use my code, save 15% on launch. It's also, I forgot to mention, $57 US for the palette, which I think is a pretty good price. Excuse me. I think that's a pretty good price. Plus, you'll save 15% off with code STARR. I believe it's 15% off. I'm almost positive. And thank you if you use my code. It means the world. So, if you want to support me, you could use my code. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Let me know in the comments if you've had your eye on this and you're excited for it, or you're picking it up, or if it's not for you. Let me know. I will see you guys soon.